We ask that there always be water so that we can feed our children, we can grow our crops, we can look after our families. Dadare gyan dine mazda yashmi zartushtri. Nemashe te ashum sevashte ardavi sur anhaite. Ashone ashem vahu vestamasti ustaasti ustamai yatashai vaistai ashem. Nemo urave vangiyu mazdayate. Ashone ashem vahu. Ardavi suram anaite, ashem vahu. Ava ardavi sur banu beresa. This is a small excerpt, basically to say thank you to Mother Earth for looking after all of us. And I extend this prayer on behalf of all of us women and men to say thank you. Thank you.
Making this function very nice. Okay. Today I am saying Hindu, I am from Hindu faith and I am saying the Hindu prayer. But always whenever we have to start anything new, from buying, entering in a new house or going to school from the childhood, we say, always pray Lord Ganesha. So the first prayer will be for Lord Ganesha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Sarvakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Devo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. And now that we are celebrating Women's Day, so I would like to invite Goddess Gauri. She is the powerful goddess in Hindu faith. सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशानां शक्ति भूते सनातने शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओम शांति 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 शुभम भवतु। नमस्ते।
12 months ago, I did live in Melbourne, but I now live in Ballarat, between Black Hill and the Yarrawee River, a very special and beautiful part of Ballarat. I'm so thrilled to be among you, and thank you for Jessie, and thank you for Heather and Auntie Walter. It's so beautiful to see you again. So it's so lovely to be among friends. I'm asking for indulgence, and because I'm throwing in a bit of a plug for this book, and its title is wonderful for today. It's called Listen to Her Voice, Women of the Hebrew Bible. 3 significant faiths trace their heritage to Abraham, and Abraham is recognized by Christians. I'm a Christian, I'm a Quaker and an Anglican, and naturally the Jewish faith and Islam. And if you wonder about women in these faiths, profiles 18 women of the Hebrew Bible, or the Old Testament, whatever you choose to call it, and there are a lot, I tell you. There's the disobedient, there's the deceived, the deceiving, the plotting to get a man, plotting to get the baby, ruling the country. It's all there. And it's done by a progressive female rabbi, and she has given her own rewrite of the text, and it's got the most beautiful artwork. I think I picked it up after I just want to explore, because this is hardly ever recommended. I can go on for days about what goes on in our tradition with women. But I commend to you the book of Luke. Now, Luke wrote one of the 4 Gospels. Tradition has it, but some contradict this, that he was a physician. Well, we women like men, our male doctors, with good bedside manners, don't we? We tell them things. And I think that's who Luke was, because he got all the good women bits. So, Luke. And I'm going to read you Mary's prayer. It's known in the Christian tradition as the Magnificat, and Magnificat being Latin for the word magnify, which comes right in the beginning of the prayer. But this comes when the angel or the messenger from God comes to tell her that she is to bear a child. And Mary said, "My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Saviour, for he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. For he has, from now on, all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One has done great things to me. Holy is his name. His mercy extends to those who fear him from generation to generation. He has performed mighty deeds with his arm. He has scattered those who are proud in their innermost thoughts. He has brought down rulers from their thrones, but has lifted up the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things, but the rich he has sent empty away." We need to remember that, don't we? He has helped his servant Israel, remembering to be merciful to Abraham and his descendants forever. In Abraham and his descendants forever, even as he said to our fathers. It goes on.
Sorry. I have the pleasure and privilege of introducing Elizabeth Miller, MP for Bentley and Oakwood? Bentley. So Elizabeth, welcome.
Thanks very much, Auntie. And first of all, I'd like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land, those past and present. And I want to commend the committee on organising the electorate, and it consists of something about 41 different countries. So part of that we have, and I have the pleasure of being involved in prayers and different traditions and cultures as part of that interfaith culture within the electorate. And so I feel very privileged to be part of that. I think the women today, and I'll put a little political slant on it, we've just had recent council elections, and certainly in the city of Granada, which is part of where we are right now, there's 3 women in the council. In the Victorian government, the state elections are next year, but we've got a few women in the government, and we realise that there needs to be a lot more. And then certainly in the federal government, we have women also as leaders of their respective communities, and we have a Prime Minister who's also female. So I think there is a growing need, and there is a growing interest in women in leadership. And I think that whilst politics has been predominantly a male industry, with respect to all the males in the room, I think over time, and certainly as we move forward in the future, I as a woman, as a local community leader, and my colleagues and those in the future are a very good indication that women are capable. We are able to look after and lead our respective communities, and that can be on any level, whether it be a local government level, a state government level, and a federal government level. And I've taken it upon myself to actually encourage women within my local community, or even those outside, to wherever I meet them, whether it be in the Parliament of Victoria, whether it be out in the community in Bentley, or whether it be in other areas of the community. In fact, this afternoon I will have to leave a bit early. I'm speaking at an Indian event. So again, when I meet women there, I'll actually be asking the question if they've considered politics or a leadership role in whatever capacity, because whilst people, I was a nurse, but for those who don't know, I grew up in the area, so nursing and a business background. And when I was asked to actually put my hand forward to be potentially a local member of parliament and a local community leader, I didn't think I could, because I didn't have the political education that many other women, or men for that matter, have had in the past. But then I started thinking about myself, and I thought, well, I've always been a leader in my schools as captains, class captains, sports captains and things. So when someone and more people approached me and said, you can do it, you know, you would be good at this, and I thought, maybe I should actually think about this a little bit further, because people can see things in me that I couldn't see myself. And so when I thought about it, and I thought about it a bit more, and I thought, what have I got to lose? But I have so much to gain. And I have to say, I was encouraged to put my hand up and run for the state election for the seat of Bentley, a community that I grew up in and a community that I love leading as I stand here before you today. And so I think with that encouragement and that support, I actually was able to do something that I didn't think I could actually do. And I think, you know, if I can do it and I can have support, I see my role as to actually encourage other women to do it too. And then they can respect and represent their respective communities. So I think the parting message that I'd like to leave with all of you is to thank you for involving me in this beautiful afternoon, sharing interfaith. But more importantly, my role and responsibility will be to encourage as many women that I engage with to say, if I can do it, then you can do it too. Dare to dream, and anything is possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're going to hear a beautiful song from Rachel Shield, Elders from the Present. And I'd like to reach into my heart and send energy out to all the women from the past before the world that we live in today. And these women, like all of our ancestors, they didn't have comfy chair, washing machine, air conditioner, modern day appliances. So these women were strong women. These women were attuned to the land, to the environment, attuned to the rhythm of nature, to the rhythm of the environment of which we are made of, and in cycle with, called the moon cycle. Our earth is having challenging times due to the lifestyle we all enjoy living, and sometimes that really frustrates me, knowing that I am contributing to the state of the planet just like everyone else. One of these days I was quite frustrated, knowing that the river systems are quite sick, and without the waters, as one of our aunties had in her prayer before, without the waters, humanity cannot go on. So instead of feeling angry and frustrated, in my dreaming, in my imagination, I went to the bank of the river and I had a conversation, and I asked the river, what can I do? And this is what the river told me.